Ladies and gents, tomorrow, another big announcement about Novacord is coming soon. And the relaunch of the Discord server is coming soon. And this time, it's 18 plus. So I know nothing bad's gonna happen to it. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I'm never making another fucking Discord server again. This is the mother fourth.
Large chunk got caught running yet another predatory Discord server. Got minors in it, minors in it, minors in it, minors in it. Large chunk got caught running yet another predatory Discord server. Got minors in it, minors in it, minors in it, minors in it. It's Nova. Mom wants me out the house. She tired of me. I can't pay rent. I'm getting kicked out the house.
What in God's name has been going on for the past week in the life of Nova Online? I know what's been going on in my life. It was Memorial Day weekend and I was hitting the bars with my buddies, and it's crazy to know that while I was out having a good time, and probably a lot of you guys were doing the same, Nova was over here starting yet another one of his disgusting Discord servers that's only use was for him talking to minors. Again, this guy cannot stop doing this stuff. The police in his town have to be well aware of what's going on with Nova, and yet again, nothing is ever done about it. Nova this time wanted to tell people that it was an 18 plus server, but when people looked in there, he had mods as young as 15. Like, what is going on here? Why are you so, you're giddy to get kids in the server around you? What kind of mindset does a person have to be in to be a fully grown adult and just, clamor to be around kids? It's creepy, right? Well, yeah, of course it's creepy. It's downright predatory, but I still get a lot of people in the comments who I really shouldn't pay attention to who say, man, you give this guy a bad rap. He's not that bad of a dude. Well, here he goes again. Here he is again, letting a bunch of minors be in a server where there's nothing but NSFW material getting thrown around. And it's not like it's just racist stuff, which there's a lot of, but so many sexual drawings that Nova just has running freely in there. He doesn't give a shit because this is what he wants to facilitate. And the only problem he has is that when people call him out on it. And you're going to see a lot of that today because we got a whole lot to talk about with this guy. And the first thing I want to talk about is this short 5-second clip right here.
I'm not a chomo. I've already beaten the allegations.
Oh, have you? I was not aware of that. I was still under the impression that it was pretty cut and dry that you used to have a 15-year-old co-host that you tried to flirt with. There's also pictures like this you were sending to minors and singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to them while also talking about your diaper fetish. Also, you're in a Facebook group for quote-unquote baby furs, whatever that means. I'm so lost on all this stuff Nova's into, but to him this is all normal. When he gets called out for any of this stuff, he tends to sweep it under the rug and try to act like none of it's happening, none of it happened in the past, and people who are bringing it up are just trolls who are trying to mess with him. He refuses to acknowledge what he did was wrong. Actually, he refuses to acknowledge it happened at all, and that's what's so dangerous about someone like Nova, because he'll continue to go through life trying to put on this facade that, oh yeah, I'm a completely normal guy who's just getting a bad rep from the internet, and as you'll see later, this rep he has is now stretching to his own family. Because I really shouldn't spoil anything, but I'm just gonna let you know right now, Nova is being a terrible nephew and leaked his uncle's phone number, and there's a call where Nova's talking to his mom, and he says, "Mom, Uncle Drew just messaged me, and he's calling me a pervert." And this is in all seriousness. So his own uncle's saying this stuff to him now. This is outrageous. And so you saw the clip at the beginning of the video where Nova says it's time for him to start up another Discord. Now this is despite Nova saying in the past that he'll never open up a Discord again because of all the stuff that happened when he was in there. He never actually specifies what was going on, but it's because each time he's had a Discord server, it's been found that there's minors in it and Nova's just letting NSFW material run rampant. Kind of think back to the old White Bowser situation. Now, the last Discord server Nova had was back at the end of last year, at the end of 2024, and people had hacked into it and deleted it after it was found that Nova was once again having a bunch of minors in there, and he was basically using it as a place where anytime he needed to vent, or he felt like he had like a mental problem, or he felt like he was going to end it, he could message one of these minors, and some of these screenshots came out where he would just unload and be like, listen, these trolls are getting to me, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna end it, and these minors are like, yo, I don't know what to say, and he's putting this all on them, and it's so weird. Like, go to a therapist, talk to somebody who's not just a kid online. So, again, I showed that clip, and in it Nova says this time the server is going to be 18 plus. You hear that though? This time, because the last few times, he didn't care. He even said himself, he didn't mind if minors were in there, he'd just keep them in a separate channel. Well, now this time, it's going to be 18 plus. And you want to guess what happened within an hour of the server being public? Right there. So basically, the rule was Nova was going to determine whether someone could be in the server on his own discretion, and despite saying it was 18 plus, a bunch of 17-year-olds were found in there, and then, even later on, he gave a 15-year-old mod status because Nova liked the way that they sang during some weird American Idol voice chat that they were having. But we'll get to that, and you might be asking, well, how do you even know this person on screen was friends with Nova in his server? Well, look at the profile pic. Now look at Nova's profile pic. It's the same guy. He's not only has this person in his server, he's friends with them on Discord. And look at this message too. Nova was begging people for money. He was in this server not only to have these minors around so he could talk to, but also so he could try to like just get donations off of them and pay his rent. But as you can imagine, Mama Chome is not happy with Nova's his lack of income, because he got kicked out of the TikTok partner program, so that means no more ad revenue. And then you might also be asking, well wait, in last week's Nova video, he was so hyped about getting his new job. Well, guess what? 3 days later, he got fired from there, again for his lack of work ethic, not cleaning up after himself, leaving his station a mess, and then he's telling people, just wasn't for me, wasn't a good fit. What is a good fit then, Nova? Because the only place you work at are food restaurants, and well, what other restaurants are there other than food restaurants? That was a stupid saying by me, but look, really, what other place are you cut out for? Because I'll agree with you on one thing, the food industry is definitely not it. I don't know if people want you like handling their food, but it's clear you gotta find some type of job, but you can't hold one down. So now you're forced to come to your Discord and basically beg people for that $900. But obviously this is just Nova begging. The real problem with this server was the constant NSFW material being shared. I'm not gonna show it here obviously, but there was like hardcore shit being shown in here. And it's not like Nova cares at all. Again, he wants people to think it's an 18 plus server only so they get off his back. He knows people on his friends list and people in the server are under 18, but that doesn't matter to him, as long as other people don't know that. But of course, people did find that out when they simply looked through who was in the server, and then other mods were posting messages like this, saying that one of the other mods here is only 15. The server rules clearly state you have to be above 18, but you gave a child moderator for singing in voice chat. And Nova just ignores this. He probably banned this person for daring to question him. That's all it is to Nova. The criticism is the problem. His actions are not. And of course, when all this started coming out that Nova was running the server like this again to no one's surprise, what did you think he tried to do? Well, there's two things. The first one is, oh my god, I just want to end it. I want to end everything. My life sucks. And that was that. He tried to get sympathy by going, oh, woe is me. You know, oh, just feel bad for me. Don't pay attention to the real shit going on. And the other thing he tried to do was say that he was in a very bad car accident. Now, Nova was in a car accident, and he even provided a picture showing what his car looks like. But one thing that he made sure to say was that he thinks it's the other person's fault, when really, he then went on to say that their airbags deployed, his didn't, and his car faced minimal damage. So it seems like Nova and his mom were in a car accident the other day, where the other people were worse for wear, and Nova's trying to play it off as something where he's the real victim. And if you're one of these people who go, man, he was just in a car wreck, you're being too cruel to him, well, would it surprise you to find out he was live just a few short hours later, despite saying that he could not not, like, do anything today because he was too shaken up? Of course not, because he got right online, did 2 live streams, and yeah, he was all fine. But later that night was when shit really hit the fan for Nova, because this server that he cared for so much, that he only had so he could talk to more minors, got hacked and deleted right in front of his eyes while he was on a live stream, and we're gonna watch his reaction to it right now. And really, while you're watching this whole thing, just remember that, again, this is a grown man's reaction to losing a server that he solely had to hang out with children. Like, this is not a normal reaction, nor is it a normal thing to do. None of this is normal. This is just a really not normal video. But the one thing that is normal about it, at least for Nova standards, is that the video is 95% silence. Nova just sits here and stares at his screen. By the way, this video is not muted. You can hear everything that, like, Nova's stream, like, I can hear it too. This is how his live streams actually go. Remember how I've told you all in the past that he's, like, one of the worst live streamers ever? Because he'll sit here while the chat's just moving, he won't say anything, he won't do anything, and you just gotta deal with it. That's the way he runs live streams. Sometimes you go 5 or 10 minutes without anything happening, but eventually he does start becoming audible when he realizes that, oh shit, the server really is down.
Oh no, not the server! The server got nuked! The server!
I'm not even giving you guys an edit this time. He really does just sit here in silence for these really long periods of time. But eventually, he won't just start speaking up, he'll start screaming. Eventually.
No! Fuck! 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 I want to fucking... Swear to fucking God! And there goes the server.
What I'm about to show you now is while this stream was going on, Jacob Sockness, the same guy who we've talked about in the past who wanted to, like, bang Christian, well, now he's going after Nova, and he offered to open up another Discord server for Nova, which he has since done, and told Nova that whenever he wants to join it, Nova's allowed to, and he will be given mod status upon arrival. That's something to keep an eye out for, because that's some creepy shit just waiting to happen.
Not even 5 days. The server's already gone. Someone hang me a fucking...
Alright, Chome, calm down with the seppuku threats. I said earlier that 90% of this video was silence, while the other 5% is him screaming, and the other 5% is him making all these threats. I don't know what goes through his head, but he thinks if he says that enough, people will just turn and be like, man, we really feel bad for Nova, everybody else is in the wrong. Like, just because you threaten shit like that, which you never should do, because it takes away from so many people who really go through shit like that, but you're only doing it because you got caught for owning a grooming server, and people hacked into it and took it down. In a rage, he then posted this next TikTok where he continues to just blurt out the F-bomb because it's the only thing he can do when he's mad.
I'm never making another fucking Discord server again. This is the mother... my life thing. I'm done.
Yeah, at this point, even I gotta censor the F word because Nova has greatly surpassed the quota that we have. I think it's like 7 or 8. But, like, he's so mad again. He's just, that's the only way he knows how to react. He can't go, man, I really fucked up again. It's just, F my life. It's all everyone else's fault. I'm never doing this again. But again, he's not doing it because it's his problem. He's doing it because the trolls got him. And the only logical way he should have reacted to something like this happening again is by making a TikTok going, man, the trolls are right. I really am just doing all this predatory stuff on Discord. My name is Gabriel Gage. And, he didn't. He just decided to make a karaoke video calling out the trolls and acting like he's in some, like, at some position of authority to tell you trolls, hey, why don't you get a job?
This is something you trolls need to do, and something that I am working on doing. My friend's got a girlfriend and he hates that bitch. He tells me every day.
Yeah, he only knows that song exists because last week we used it as the intro for Too High for Stupid episode 11. I've talked about this in some of my videos before, but Nova has no music taste of his own and simply steals mine. I don't get why he does this, but I can go through a laundry list of songs that we played on the show that Nova then randomly sang on karaoke or put in his videos a week later. And I'm not talking about well-known ones like this one. I'm talking about obscure ones like Blow by Ginzu. But that's not important. What's important is the fact that Nova decided, hey, who cares about all the Discord stuff? Back to fun and games, back to karaoke. Look at the smile on my face. No one gives a shit about that. Well, you see this video, it has a couple thousand likes, maybe more than a couple thousand, but not as much as like the 600,000 that he got when he was freaking out in that TikTok we watched a minute ago. I really don't think it's ever set into him that millions, and I mean that, millions of people are aware of his Discord shenanigans. Millions of people are aware that he's a predator. It's not just the views on these videos I do, or the ones Kiwi does, or any of them here on YouTube. Go look at his TikTok themselves. Millions upon millions of views, and tons of comments saying the same. Man, this dude's a predator. Oh my god, keep him off Discord. And he thinks one karaoke video is gonna make everyone go, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Who? Discord who? And that's really been that with the Discord. It got deleted and Nova's trying to act like nothing really happened. Again, of course, did anyone expect anything differently? He'll never acknowledge it. He'll always try to act like anyone who calls him out on it is the problem. And basically, all we got to listen to now is this wild, like, leaked, I don't know if it's a phone call, but Nova was live either in his Discord or on some stream, and he called his mom while he was live, and he decided to start freaking out because his Uncle Drew's phone number got leaked, and Uncle Drew decided to point the finger right at Nova, and Nova's not too happy about that, as you're about to hear.
Mom, this is urgent. Fucking urgent. Andy just texted me again.
Yes.
His phone number got leaked, and now he's blaming. I'm fucking shaking.
Gabriel, you had nothing to do with
He's gonna get me to do. I'm scared.
Gabriel. She can't have you go to jail for his phone number somehow being leaked.
He just sent us word for word. Okay, you pervert. You get my phone off of TikTok before you have an accident. Word for word.
A message.
So as you can hear, Nova decides to call his mom. She's probably at work, and he's just freaking out, saying, you need to handle this. Uncle Drew just called me. And he doesn't even call him Uncle Drew. He's Andy to him. Andy just called me. And, yeah, he's freaking out. He's blaming at me. He wants his phone number off the internet, which shouldn't, be there in general. I mean, obviously, like most phone numbers are, but you definitely had some hand in this, Gabe. I don't know how Uncle Drew's phone number got leaked. I've seen nothing about this, but if he's texting Nova, like, if he's going out of his way to be like, dude, what are you doing? Then something really bad must have happened. And, like, obviously his uncle called him a pervert, which is just insane, especially when you see the picture on screen right here, which is Nova, like, I guess trying to audition for an OnlyFans thing. I don't know. He's wearing an Israeli flag around him. It's just pretty tasteless. I don't really get why he was doing this picture here, but I think Uncle Drew might have some weight to those statements. But then he just straight up told him there's gonna be an accident if you don't figure that shit out. Like, he is threatening Gabe. He is like, listen, dude, I'm not playing with you. We may be blood, but there just may be an accident if you don't figure this right out. What an interesting family dynamic. It's been known for years that Gabe doesn't like Uncle Drew. They have like a difference on political opinions, and that's enough for Gabe to basically hate this guy. Despite him being at Gabe's house every single week, and Gabe going over to his house every other week. But Gabe hates him, and Uncle Drew thinks Gabe's a pervert. So despite spending so much time together, these two have very weird feelings, and It's pretty clear right there. Obviously, if he knew it was a troll, he wouldn't be freaking out at his mom like this. I'm assuming this was the real Uncle Drew and just I can't wrap my head around it. I don't know. Look, my uncles have never texted me and gone, "Listen here, you pervert. you need to stop talking about that Christian online," or something like that. Like, because that's not what happens. You don't leak your family's phone numbers. And I don't know how you did that, Gabe, but Jesus. All these things you've done this week is just error after mistake, and you won't own up to a goddamn thing. And then there is this, which I'm just assuming is him going, "Man, the heat's getting too hot." All these people saw that, like TikTok I posted freaking out about the Discord. All his comments are telling him that the Discord was messed up and he was talking to kids again. So now, due to a scary situation that happened in his life, he is taking a break from TikTok. Now, I don't know what that scary situation is. I imagine it probably is Uncle Drew threatening that an accident will happen, but who knows? Who knows? But I do know one thing. He will not stay gone for long. Gabe is somebody who is obsessed with TikTok. He's obsessed with the numbers, and he's obsessed with getting that ever elusive, like that content creator identity that he thinks is there for him. He thinks people one day are going to stop looking at him as Chomo guy and look at him as awesome food reviewer content creator guy, and he'll never give that up. And so, I don't know, let me know down in the comments below. By the time this video's out, he could already be back, but I'm gonna guess 1 whole day. How long do you guys think Gabe's gonna be gone for? Maybe a week? Maybe a month? No way, right? He's gonna pull a Cyrax and come right back and be like, "Hey guys, that was an interesting few days. Well, here's Arby's newest sandwich." But at the end of the day, this really is some horrifying shit. This dude's able to constantly get back online, face no legal repercussions for this, and constantly put minors in danger. We've seen before what he's done with the age regression shit and his diaper play, and that's nothing that minors should be around, especially with a man who's about to turn 21 in about a week. And this isn't a one-time thing. When even 1 time is too much, well, 4 times now is way too much. And when is something going to be done about this? All I can do is make videos and call out this dude and expose him and tell you guys what's going on. But really, I just hope one day he is sitting behind bars, because that's where Gabe needs to be. I want to thank people like Solidus Nova and Kelsey over on Twitter who got most of this information. Now, Gabe hates this when people post this stuff publicly because he tries to delete everything, and it's not going to happen anymore. People archive all of his shit, and that's the way it should be since he can't run away from it. I'll update you guys on if anything happens and when Nova returns to the internet inevitably, and I'll do that over on my Twitter at Smokeymcc, but also expect a new Nova video next week covering a lot more of what's been going on in his life that I left out here, because this was really all I needed to talk about today, and I need to let you guys know about it. And finally, this Sunday, June 1st, is the beginning of Novine Week. Over on Kiwi's channel, we are going to be running special Too High for Stupids every single night from June 1st to June 8th. And we're going to be covering Nova amongst many other things, and I hope you guys can stop by. It's just going to be one hell of a week. If you ever wanted to see legitimate food reviews or legitimate, alcoholic mocktails, which I guess would just be a cocktail review, stop by. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a fun time. And until I see you on the next one, take care, everybody. Thank you guys for always sticking by me, and I'll make sure to always do right by yous as well. It's just a damn shame that we got to deal with people like this on the internet, when really, if he was just in jail, it'd be a whole lot safer of a place. Guys like Nova, Jupiter, Cyrax. It's crazy that these dudes are still running free despite admitting and there being so much evidence to all the shit they do online, but I don't know, man. One of these days. Again, I'm out of here. Everyone stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.